welcome to Cooking with Des. Shout out to Tiara for the name. All right, y'all. So today we are going to be making pork tenderloins. So this I usually get from Albertsons. You can get it from Walmart, kind of any grocery store, whatever's near you. Fries is what we have here. You can probably get it from Ralph's. But essentially, it's just a pork tenderloin. Set the oven for 350, which, as you see, it's preheating right now. And then I'll show you guys what's next, what we're cooking with it. So along with the pork tenderloin, we are going to make potatoes and then asparagus and sweet peppers. And I'll show you guys how I do that. The tip is when you're cutting potatoes, always fill your bowl with water. I don't know if you guys have ever had the experience where your potatoes turn brown. It's because it's exposed to too much air. So basically, that's what causes it to turn brown. So always use some water when you're cutting up your potatoes. This is about the size that you guys want your potatoes. Like I said, go ahead and add it to the water so they don't turn brown. Now cut up all the potatoes. You guys kind of want them the same size because you want them to be able to cook even. Go ahead and drain them. And then the next step is going to be, of course, seasoning them, which I use olive oil to coat them with so that the seasoning sticks better. And then you can kind of do whatever you want with this as far as seasoning goes, but I switch it up. But today I'm going to use black pepper, granulated garlic, kosher salt, definitely better for you than table salt, cayenne pepper for a tad bit of spice, and then some onion powder. So that's what I'm using. I'm gonna just pour, eye it, olive oil, kind of just eye in the seasoning. I don't really measure, kind of, I just listen to the seasoning gods basically. And when they tell me to stop, I stop. Of course, don't be so heavy-handed with the salt, but it's okay to be heavy-handed with everything else, in my opinion, because it's just gonna be that much better. Thrown in all your seasoning, go ahead and mix up. Distribute the love of the seasoning to all the potatoes. And then after you do this, if you feel like you need a little more seasoning, go ahead and throw that in. But once again, just try not to be too heavy-handed with the salt. Go ahead and get your pan. Spray it. This is the most important step, y'all. Spray your pan with canola oil, vegetable oil, coconut oil, whatever you like to use. I don't care, but make sure you spray the pan. This is why I told y'all this is a quick and easy recipe, and you'll see why. So first step, go ahead and just pour the potatoes into the pan. Of course, we want to spread the love. Since it's just me and my sister who I usually cook for, I don't really try to be cooked too much. So I use 3 potatoes, but of course you got a bigger family. Cook as many potatoes for the family as you need. Like I said, I did 3. So I'll spread it out and then I'll show you guys the next step. So it's a pork loin filet, y'all, instead of a pork tenderloin. Cooked a little different, but basically follow the directions on the back, the cooking directions. Put your oven on 350. You want it to get to 160. Temperature wise, I usually says approximately 45 minutes. I check my meat every 20 to 25 minutes temperature wise, because if you overcook this, it will be dry as hell. It's like chicken breast. You want to cook it at the perfect temperature. So make sure y'all watch it, okay? So I cut it open, y'all. Basically, all you do is slap it on top of your potatoes. It's okay to get the juices that's in the pack on the meat. And then you, of course, put the rack over your potatoes. That's why I said it's super easy, simple. If you don't feel like watching food, literally, this is the easiest meal to make. Potatoes on the bottom, pork loin filet on the top, and then, of course, I'll show you guys the vegetables. This entire meal can be cooked in the oven with, basically, you just put the timer on and watch it every 20 to 25 minutes like I told you guys. So now it's time to put it in the oven. Like I said, check it every 20 to 25 minutes. I am a huge fan of having all my food cooked at the same time. So basically everything done at the same time. I don't like to be waiting for one dish to finish. That is my biggest pet peeve. So while the pork loin filet is cooking, Make sure you wash your vegetables, y'all. I'm gonna wash my sweet peppers once I'm done. But we're gonna prep the asparagus and sweet peppers, and I'll show y'all what I do. All right, tip y'all, when y'all cook asparagus, you want to cut the roots off of the vegetable. So I usually like to cut about this much off, if y'all could see, and I'll show you the end result. Keep the rubber band on. It's just a little thing I like to do because look, I cut the ends off. It's a simple, take it to the trash, all in one bunch, you feel me? So that's what you want to look like once you guys cut off the ends. As far as the vegetable goes, you can do as many as you want. As we know, vegetables are the most important dish when you're cooking, along with fruit, of course. But yeah, you can't really ever eat too many vegetables, so I kind of always like to do a little extra so that if I'm still hungry, I can eat on vegetables. And cut up my peppers like so. And of course, toss it in with my asparagus. And then I'll show y'all what I do after I'm done cutting. So now the vegetables are all cut up, and then I'll show y'all what I do with my vegetables. So I don't like to use the same seasoning that I used on my potatoes, just because I want to change up the flavor a little bit. So I'll show y'all what I season my vegetables with. Once again, of course, we're going to use our olive oil. Make sure you use extra virgin olive oil, just healthier that way. And then I'm going to once again use a seasoning that I got from either Home Goods or Marshall's. It's called honey elbow pepper. Hope I pronounced that right. But basically, it's already got sea salt in it, so you really don't need any additional seasoning other than this. This is all you really need. So just go ahead and pour it in with your olive oil, mix it up like we did our potatoes, and then we'll put it on our cookie sheet. I'll show y'all the finished product. So go ahead, once again, pour the olive oil. We're gonna go ahead and get our seasoning. You can be, you know, once again, I stop when the seasoning gods tell me to. They told me to stop. And then go ahead and mix it up. Go ahead, spray your pan, and then start spreading out your wealth on the pan. And then I'll show y'all what it looks like at the end. All right, y'all, so I like to separate the asparagus with the bell peppers, and that could just be because sometimes these may cook a little faster, these may cook a little faster. So if these, let's say, cook faster, then I can remove them off the pan and then keep these in the oven. So I just like to keep everything separate. Sometimes things cook different. Huge important tool to have in your kitchen. You want to have a thermometer so you know what your food is at. So I'm gonna go ahead and check it. Oh, wish y'all could smell it because it just smells fire. So pull it out to go ahead and put in your vegetables. So yeah, just go ahead and put it on the bottom shelf, and then they'll cook at the same time. Give it another 25 minutes and check on it then. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and peek on my food. Oh, it looks good, smells good. Y'all hear it sizzling. Might as well do a temp check while I'm here. Also, I'm doing another temp check, checking on everything, flip my vegetables. Almost there, probably another 10 minutes, it should be good. Oh, it's done. Let it rest for about 5 minutes before you cut in it. I know we're excited to eat, but you let it rest so that it can obtain the juices. So when you cut it, the juices don't run out on the meat. So let it rest for about 5 minutes. We're all done. Go ahead and, like I did, cut it into slices. There's my plate. And then of course we got leftovers, and then maybe we'll do something tomorrow with the leftovers. Pork loin fillet. Thanks for tuning in, y'all.